So I am clocked in at about 9 hours in Forspoken, give or take, and I'm not gonna dilly dally around right now. You all saw what is said in the thumbnail, so I'm gonna answer the question. And yes, I do think the game is overhated. Now, again, I'm only 9 hours in, so my opinion on that might change or it might not. But for now, I think the game is actually really good. But I also understand why people were hating on this game, but I feel like for a lot of people, or just for the game in general, that hate isn't really fully justified. And I want to explain why. Because, first off, one of the main reasons this game did horrible is the main character herself, Faye. Sometimes she is insufferable. She has such corny dialogue. She talks like I don't even know. That's how hard it is to explain. She talks like she's some kind of freaking emo high schooler trying to act edgy and trying so hard to act cool for people who don't give her validation. That's the kind of girl she is, literally. Even though she says she really doesn't give a shit about anybody. I mean, yeah, that's what they all say, right? But when the trailer for this game came out, or one of the trailers, there was a scene in the trailer that even I cringed, and I'm like, what in the hell is this? And there was that scene where she's like, "My name is Faye Holland, and all I want is to go home." That scene. Sorry, there was a mosquito. Hope I killed it. What the hell? Okay. That scene alone made me think like, yo, what is this game? You know, because it just sounded so corny, so cringy. Oh, I did kill the mosquito. Ew. Ugh, disgusting. Ah, god damn it. Ugh, that's disgusting. Freaking mosquito blood on my hand. Disgusting. Okay, as I was saying, that scene alone made me think like, yo, I don't want to buy this game. She sounds so stupid. And the game came out and I didn't buy it right away. $70, $60, I forgot how much it was. For this was just not worth it for me, especially with the main character like her, just from that trailer alone. And as people bought the game, I saw a lot of people on YouTube complain about Faye. She is the main reason that people don't like this game. And I've noticed it too. I've noticed how she is such a piece of shit sometimes. There are scenes in the game where basically the cuff she has on, the bracelet, it's a sentient being, right? It's alive. And in moments of danger, in moments when you're about to fight an enemy, the cuff, I'm just gonna say the bracelet asks Faye, do you know which spell to use? The dude's worried, he's worried, because obviously she's wearing him, and if she dies, then what the hell is he gonna do? He's gonna be on her arm forever. So obviously, for good reasons, he's worried about her and himself. And she goes, just shut up already, I know. Or just shut the fuck up. Like, that's literally what she says to a sentient being that cares about her. And I mean, throughout in the 9 hours I've played, I've seen that happen here and there with other people too. She's had interactions with characters where she just acts like a piece of shit. And I don't know if the devs were trying to like do this New York style on her, like were they trying to give her like a New York personality? Because in the game, right, she's born and raised in New York. Her parents left her under a bridge when she was a baby. She got taken in at an orphanage. She, went to school, blah blah, and then she did not really have a good life. She was in a lot of gang activity. She was doing a lot of crimes. In the beginning of the game, we see her getting arrested for, I think it was armed theft. I'm not 100% sure, but it was something like that. And the judge let her get off with 120 community hours or something like that. And yeah, so I guess the devs try to make her have like this tough girl kind of personality, like, oh yeah, like, I've been through this shit and this is how I act now. But as a person who lives in New York City, even New Yorkers do not act like her. There are people who are insufferable here, but they do not talk stupid like her. There's another scene in the game where I forgot who said it. I don't know if it was the bracelet or a human. Somebody said something, and she says, "So did you really just say that? Do do people really still use that word? Something along those lines," she said, right? But it's just so ironic to me because in the beginning of the game, she said, "Holy banana bats." Like literally, she said banana bats or something like that. So how are you gonna say to someone else, why would you use that word when you're saying something that nobody's ever even heard of? And yeah, these things make her a reason to hate on. You know, people playing this game did not like her personality. They did not like her dialogue. The devs try to make her seem so fake tough, if that makes sense. Like they try to give her this personality that's not really like, she's saying all these cheesy things, but come on, you're not Dante from Devil May Cry. You're not Raiden for Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. You're just not like them, and your character is not them. Those are games, those are characters that persona, it fits them. That cockiness, it fits them. That confidence, it fits them. You know, this girl, she got powers from the sentient bracelet, and she starts acting like they're her powers. Literally, she in the beginning of the game, she goes, "Did I really just do that? Like I just used magic." And the bracelet's like, "No, like I helped you use magic." And she's like, "I did that. I did that." Like to her, the whole world revolves around her, which it doesn't. It's like she plays a victim, and if you really notice it, that's what she does. She plays victim. She plays the victim card. It's kind of subtle, but it's there, you know. Now, that is just one thing I want to say as to why people have, hated on this game. So I recently got the game literally like last week because it went on sale for $21, and I'm like, you know what? Let me give it a try because I cannot hate a game that I haven't played. Yeah, the trailer was weird. It made me cringe. That doesn't mean I hate the game. I have to play the game myself. I'm not going to listen to a bunch of other people on YouTube, you know, or people writing articles or other people's opinions that have played the game. And when I hear them say they hated the game, blah, 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 I'm not going to be like, okay, yeah, I hate the game too. I'm not going to get it. I've heard enough bad things about it. No, I want to give the game a try and I want to see what I think of it. So I got the game for $21. And yes, the main character is super corny. She's super cringy. But if you overlook that fact, right? If you can deal with that, right? The game is actually really, really good. The story is there. She basically gets isekai'd into this world. Now, me personally, I am honestly sick of isekai animes. Okay, I feel like it's so oversaturated. The characters all look the same. The main guy, he gets the harem of girls, blue hair girl, red hair girl, white hair girl, black hair girl. He becomes super powerful. He was weak at the start, and he wants to live in this fantasy world now. He doesn't want to go back. Like, I'm so sick of isekai animes now. Obviously, in this one, it's a video game. She gets isekai'd. Main character is a female. It's just a different take on it, obviously, compared to an anime. But I'm just saying, like, I already didn't like the isekai idea of this game. But when I started playing it, I had a lot of fun. The fighting is really fun. And I'm only talking about me, who's been playing for 9 hours, and I only have the nature combat unlocked. With the woods coming out of the ground, and you use the whiplash to get your health back, and you're forming like a rocks, like a shield of rocks, a shield made of rocks, I mean, right? And you can like shoot it at them, or like you get like a clump of rocks and shoot it. Like, I'm only up to this combat style, and I'm already having so much fun. And I've seen gameplay trailer, and I've seen like that there's so much variety in this game in combat. There's water, there's ice, there's fire. So I can't wait to see the combos with that, to see like how the game goes with that and how she unlocks those powers. So that's one thing. The combat is super, super fun. If anyone here likes a good story, a good fighting game, right? With a good story, I would recommend this. I would recommend this based off the 9 hours I've played. Again, my opinion might change, and I will make an update video on that. But so far, like I said, it's been good. The second thing is the traversing is really, really fun. I mean, she has like the basic gives her this power to run super fast, so her feet light up, right? And she's like boosting through everything, climbing these little mountains and stuff. Like it's really cool. It's really cool. It's fun. Like you're running so fast. Like I think it's awesome. And it kind of reminds me of Infamous 2 in a way, right? The way Cole McGrath would be using his lightning powers to move faster, and this kind of reminds me of that. So yeah, combat and traversing is super good. Story is good so far, like, and I really hope that it doesn't go downhill from where I'm at. I just hope the story picks up even more, because I know the combat will, and I think the traversing will too. But definitely the story, I want to see it get better. And again, going back to what I said before, there's so many games that I've seen that people just shit on without even trying to play it, or just hearing about things and then they're like, okay, I'm never gonna play this game. And one example that I do want to talk about is The Last of Us Part 2. And I know why people hated this game so much. I've seen videos where after Joel's death, people just quit the game. They just quit the game. I mean, there was a clip of a guy who literally broke his disc. He didn't want to play no more because Joel died. But it's like, okay, your favorite character died, and you can't handle that? Like, what are you, a baby? It's a fictional world. It's a story. At least see how the story plays out, you know? And I thought Last of Us 2 was great. After Joel's death, Ellie's on this revenge arc. She's literally raging. She's blinded by rage. She's killing everybody in her way. And yeah, at the end, she lets Abby go. But I feel like people forget that Ellie literally killed Mel, who was pregnant, Abby's friend, and then she killed Owen. And then there was another guy who died. I think Tommy killed him. I can't remember, but I feel like people forget that yes, Abby killed Joel, right? But Ellie got back at them 100 times worse if you think about it. She killed almost their entire group of people. Abby was like the only one left with that little um bald dude, whatever, I forgot his name. But yeah, I mean, again, like I know a friend who did not refuse to play Last of Us 2 just because he heard about how bad it was. Like at that point, your opinion isn't your opinion. Your opinion is based off other people's opinions. So you're not thinking for yourself, or you're not trying something for yourself and giving the game a try. And that's how I felt about Forspoken. I do not let people dictate my opinion. Everyone's opinion, everyone is subjected to their own opinion. And of course, I'm wasn't gonna be like, okay, these guys all hate Forspoken because Faye is super cringe. I'm not gonna play the game. No, I wanted to try the game, and I gave the game a try, and I'm enjoying it so far. Even though she is super annoying sometimes. Again, if you can overlook that fact, if you can just stay patient with that, I think you'll enjoy the game. You know, and I feel like I would recommend this game to people. Like again, so far, and I would recommend games like Last of Us 2. And also, like, for another example is God of War. A lot of people hated God of War because Kratos wasn't this machine killing god, like he was just like more stoic god and more calm god. But and obviously, I'm sure a ton of fans would love to see in the new God of War games or whichever games that come out to see Kratos become that God he once was again, even if it's just for a little while. If something like devastating happens and he just goes berserk, even I would love to see that. Does that mean that God of War 2018, God of War Ragnarok are bad? No, it doesn't. Because the story is great, the combat is great, the character development is great. That's the whole point of this new God of War, his character development. He is a father now. He has to show his son what's right and what's wrong. And I think they're doing a great job with that, you know? But yeah, I would say don't be a mindless idiot when it comes to forming your own opinion. Do not let other people's opinion solidify yours. First, experience whatever thing is you need to experience and then form your opinion on it. And yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. Like, don't be a person who is just gonna start meat riding. Yeah, at that point, you're just meat riding people. You're meat riding whatever the trend is. The trend was Faye is cringe, Forspoken sucks. So now you can't just think Faye is cringe, Forspoken sucks. You have to base your opinion by playing that first. Same thing with Last of Us 2. Same thing with God of War. Same thing with a ton of other stuff. It could go for anything. It could go for literally anything. Anything in real life. A game, a book, an anime, a movie, a TV show. It doesn't matter. Don't meat ride trends that are hating on something. Yes, I get it. Like a majority group of people are hating on it for a reason. But that doesn't mean that you're also gonna hate on it. You know? You could maybe hate on it for the same reason, but again, you might enjoy whatever that thing is. Like me with Forspoken. Yes, face cringe, but again, I'm enjoying the game. So you have to base your opinion from your own experience. Don't dick ride people. And yeah, that's just what I want to talk about so far. I will give another update on Forspoken. Maybe when I don't know, 15 hours in, 20 hours in. And then I'll give a third update when I'm done with the game. Because I don't know how long this game is. And I don't know how long it'll take me to complete it. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys subscribe. And later.